Is This Normal? Brought to you by the Center for Positive Sexuality and Exquisite Restraint Corsets. I'm Emily, your host, and our regular co-host Simone is again MIA, but she's working hard at a creature shop somewhere making creature stuff, and creature things, and she said she was covered in fake fur. So, Christina, yes, she says it's fake. Christina's helping out again. I appreciate that. Thank you. She was here last time. Yeah. You've been working out really great. I've appreciated this.
Thank you.
You make show days so much easier for me. It's amazing.
Okay,
It's amazing. No, it really is, because then I'm not spending hours and hours and hours scrambling trying to find stuff. I just have to spend 20 minutes looking at notes. It's a lot easier. Lots easier. I like it a lot. So we've got a couple of Sex in the News topics to bring up before we bring in our guest. And our guest this evening, I'm pretty certain that he's going to want to weigh in on some of these topics. So we'll have to see how that goes. So, one that I brought up, I saw this article today online through Reuters. Sex education stagnating in U.S. schools. And this is from the CDC. So when the CDC is saying that public school sex education would actually help prevent unwanted teen pregnancies and STDs, but the schools aren't doing that, you kind of want to listen, you know, because if the CDC is weighing in and going, you know, guys,
a government agency without a political agenda.
Yeah, cheap, easy, put this in up front.
Well, how effective is sex education if education sucks so much you can't read?
Well, there's that. There's that.
Same.
Although
or count.
I know for a fact that you can teach a really fun sex ed class without students having to be able to read. It's a lot of good pictures. You can use pictures. You can.
Okay.
But and you know it might inspire them to read.
Yeah.
If they get to actually,
yeah.
You know, if they get to read about vaginas and penises instead of
and maybe draw them,
draw them,
yeah.
You know,
with some photography,
you know,
I like art.
Do some stuff. I was like, there's a professor I know that she makes her class at the beginning of the semester. They actually have to create a penis and a vagina and label all the parts.
Yes, I was in that class.
Right, and some pretty bland.
I had a cock cake.
They make cakes, they make cookies. You get some pretty bling-looking people put sparkles.
Yes.
It's great. So use your artistic skills. These are fun ways to learn how these parts work. Make them larger than life. Make it interesting. Make them. Yeah, if you can,
make them move.
Can you paint them on a piece of rice? Grain of rice. Can you paint an accurate depiction? It's just
maybe
the way
size does matter.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, the CDC is saying that they're really not seeing an increase in the level of instruction. Now they're saying that the high school instruction is fairly stable. It hasn't changed one way or the other. But that middle school, they want to see more happening in middle school. And I think for U.S. culture, this makes sense because we're certainly seeing girls going into puberty at a much younger age.
Right.
And if they're going through these changes at a much younger age, but they're not getting any kind of sex ed class until a couple of years later, you kind of closing the barn door behind the horse there. The horse is already gone.
Yeah, you gotta know the parts.
You gotta kind of know some of this stuff.
What works, what happens.
Absolutely. Now, you had something from the CDC.
I have since we've been doing some research on chlamydia, and it seems like every time we see news reports on STDs, it's always, women, blah, blah, blah. And women, it's like we're the ones walking around with all the diseases, and we don't have sex with men. We couldn't possibly get the diseases from men.
Right.
So I thought I'd do a little bit of research, and so it looks like, one thing I also realized is that they cover the 15 to 25 age group, so I guess nobody wants to imagine people older than 25 having sex. So what it always says that women have like a higher rate of STDs, but the reason is women are the ones being tested, period. We're the ones going in and stripping down and spreading eagle and taking care of business, and so therefore our stats seem higher, but we're just the ones actually doing it.
More women are getting tested,
right.
so
it doesn't mean that
higher.
we're necessarily more diseased. It just means we're being tested. So that was. I just wanted to look into that. It was actually a little bit difficult to find. I found stuff from 2009, and according to the CDC website, it's interesting that you found that today is. I mean, April is STD Awareness Month. So
and Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So those kind of go together.
Kind of.
In a sad way.
Yes.
You should be aware of both of these things.
So it said that out of 16 million, only 38% of women are tested, which equals to 9 million. So that is not, that's still not good.
Yeah, there's a very low percentage of women getting tested. And did you have the percentage for men getting tested?
I couldn't find it.
Okay,
So
but we know it's lower than that.
much lower, like almost half.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying. I kept on.
Right.
I spent like days like trying to find these graphs, and it just I couldn't find all I could find that it said that men or young boys are less likely to be tested because of the stigma behind being tested for sexually transmitted diseases. Is that true? Is that why? Is that why? Or is it maybe because they're reading articles that it's always women, so they don't feel like they need to do this?
Well,
I don't know.
I don't
know.
So well, maybe our guests can help us on this. Can help us figure this out.
So yeah.
Okay. And one note that I want to make, I actually put this in our April newsletter that went out, the center's newsletter that went out, about the Sexual Assault Awareness Month that's being got. In countries where sex is portrayed as a positive, healthy, normal part of being a person, the rate of sexual assault and actually the rate of all assault, way low. So if you're having good sex, you're not as likely to hit somebody else. It seems to be a proven fact. You're not as likely to assault somebody else.
Right. And usually isn't like
I kind of screwed the bell curve there, don't I?
It's different.
child sexual abuse in those countries. There's all of everything.
All of the abuse, all sexual abuse, all sexual assault, and all just assault. You know, men fighting men over a woman. Just have a threesome, get it over with, and then you don't have to worry about it.
So yeah, I guess don't hold back or don't repress. It's,
Yeah,
what is
don't
it?
repress.
Reactance theory. You're told you can't do something, so now you want to do it more.
Yeah. So get out there, have good sex. It's a good thing. It's healthy for you. I promise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burns calories.
Putting that on YouTube. It's good. Yeah, we've got all kinds of. It burns calories. It's good for your immune system.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it amps up your immune system, and it's overall it makes you happy.
So does masturbation do that as well?
I would think
Does
so.
it matter what kind of sex it is?
I don't think it does.
So if you have sex with a bigger group, does it use your immune system more?
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just
It
wondering.
depends on how maybe
Just
it's the
wondering.
length of time. I don't know. But it's it allows for that endorphin release and the oxytocin gets released and all of this other stuff, and it's good. Those are oxytocin's like the happy drug in your system. Makes you happy. It's a good thing. All right, so we're gonna bring in our guest because now we're just babbling.
Sure are.
And we're going to welcome back, because he was here a while ago, we have Adrian Colesberry. So then, what's been going on? It's been a long, long time.
It's been a while since the book came out. I had a kid. And my kid is 22 months old now.
Wow.
Real sweetie. And my wife is pregnant again.
Oh,
yeah.
cool. She read the book.
Yeah,
apparently.
Yeah. So
Nice.
Wow,
I'm
congratulations.
very excited about that.
So how book sales been? What have you been doing?
It's, I've just been doing blogging a little bit and working on a few other promotional things. Every once in a while, someone options it for a TV show or a movie, and so hopefully on Starz or HBO or something at some point, maybe you can bring it across is How to Make Love to Adrian Colesberry. So
starring Mark Valley. As Adrian Colesberry.
How fantastic.
Yeah, that would be cool. That
That
would
would
be
be
cool.
fun.
But it's camel through the eye of the needle stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's always getting a book published by a major publisher, so
Yeah.
it's all hard. Nothing worth doing is easy.
Yeah, you actually, really, you published.
Yeah.
Real
No, I was
publisher
really
and all
pleased
that
about
stuff.
that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. It is a lampoon of management how-to books. It is extremely dirty. It is legitimately, although it is funny, I hope, it is legitimately an honest description of how to fuck me, and that's what the book's about.
Ah.
So.
And Susie Bright.
Susie Bright,
Quoted
big
as
fan of the
saying
book.
Yeah. Well, you interviewed with her, right?
I did.
How was that?
Great. She's so sweet and such a generous person, and she really gets the book in a deep way. Obviously as she would, because she's quite brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
She wrote an autobiography that I can't recommend enough. It's I forget what it's called. I apologize, Susie. But she wrote this brilliant autobiography. She was like a real communist in her early days. It was really interesting. But she's not that kind of liberal that is the Stalin show trial liberal who will just die for her cause at the end even though it's bankrupt. She kind of points a finger at it and say, these guys are really full of crap. She got kind of ridden out of the system, and she got arrested and abandoned by the Communist Party even though she was really working hard for them. It became factional and she got kicked. It's really, it's just such an amazing book. She's legit as shit, that woman.
She's pretty amazing.
Amazing.
She's pretty amazing.
Amazing lady. I got a chapter published in the Best Erotic Writing for 2011.
Oh, fantastic.
Thank you. It's a book by Rachel Kramer Bussell. She edits it, and Susie Bright was the referee.
Nice.
So, it was the book about, it was a slightly edited version of the chapter about my penis. My penis care and handling, that chapter.
Sure.
It's a good chapter.
Chapter 5, I think. I think. Might be.
It's an important chapter.
Very important. Must know
Absolutely.
how to do
Absolutely.
that.
So now that it's been a couple of years since
Yeah.
this book has been out there, and that your website has been out, and all of that kind of stuff, and the blogging that you've been doing,
Mm-hmm.
how does it feel now for that information to be out there?
Great. It feels great. It's interesting. I think the timing of this book is time to, in parallel kind of with the whole Facebook, Twitter, penetrations into our private life anyway, to where, kids today, oh, brother, young people today don't give a damn if
Damn kids.
I'm not young anymore.
Damn kids with their damn
tweeting and they're twittering. No, I think young people don't have those kind of barriers that we had about declaring things about their sexuality, and I think, not just girls gone wild here in my tits things, but I think people don't build walls around sharing their sexuality and sharing things they like to do and stuff. And so I think it's it's funny. I tell the people I work with, I'm a bureaucrat in corporate America. I tell people, I'm actually an engineer in corporate America, but most of it is bureaucracy. I think is everybody in corporate America a bureaucrat? Probably. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
I agree with that. So I tell the people I work with, whatever. If they want to learn about my balls, they can go ahead and do it.
It's right there.
Come on. Yeah. No, it's fun.
It would make lunch hour interesting.
It would. It does sometimes.
I would think.
It does. I was somebody, because I never know who knows and who doesn't know, because everybody has the Google machine on their computer.
Right.
Do you have the Google machine on your computer?
Of course.
I said that like I was an old person. Somebody's grandmother said that once.
Google machine.
They said I've been saying it ever since because I think it's freaking hilarious. They said, do you have the Google machine on your computer? Oh, I love you. I want to. That is the cutest thing. But you know, like some people have Googled me and some people haven't Googled me. We're sitting at lunch with these two people, and you know, the book topic was explained. And this guy we were talking to was like, "Boy, mine would be an encyclopedia." And even I got a little scared. Like, what? Really? Oh man! I don't know, but it was great. It was great. So people's reaction is generally great to it. So I'm thrilled to have written it. You know, I'm just with the babies. It's bloody hard to like find time to write or do anything.
Shower.
I don't know how you did it.
Jesus.
My wife was just in San Francisco, like for a month, doing a commercial, and I have no idea how single parents do it because I had the baby for a month by myself, and obviously I have when I go to work and stuff like that. But
It's still.
oh my God, it's like so all-consuming. You never get like 5 minutes to yourself until like I put him to bed at 7:30, and then it's just like I'm so completely exhausted. So the only way I could get work done is I would nap.
Yeah, I'm a single parent.
Oh, you're a single
she
parent.
is.
I have a 10-month-old.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
graduating this semester.
Oh my God.
With a 3.4 GPA, and I have 2 internships, and I'm part of a research lab.
That's amazing.
She's amazing.
That's amazing.
I'm not sure when she's sleeping.
That's
but
amazing. I don't know. Yeah, it was
If you exercise, it makes up for sleep deprivation.
really.
Yes.
Maybe I should exercise.
Yes.
I've
Half
not
hour.
been exercising.
3-5 times a week.
It's hard.